director. I mean, I knew he was involved in film, and then after I saw that, I thought back in high school, go, yeah, it makes sense that he would write this movie. I get it.
All right, man. I am going to play my intro. Yay! And then I'll introduce you. You talk about you, and then we'll go into story time. And oh God, I maybe. Hold on. God damn it. I don't even know what I did with my glasses. I threw my glasses because I was so pissed off. Hey, Joel Thomas is watching. Love that guy. How's your new gig, Joel? He's a cop in Ottawa.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So let's see here.
We have one audience. That's good.
PDFs. Get started. There we go. And was that back? Record. God damn it. Everything's just falling the fuck apart on me.
Like I said, that's what I'm good for.
Yeah, what did you do to me? Did you like say a hex or something? Did you put some sort of Hebrew hex on me before you? I didn't even know that was a thing, Barry.
Well, I never said 2 times the charm.
Yeah, there you go. Oh, fuck me.
Well, that's never a good sign.
You know what? I'm recording. You know what? I'm recording on Facebook Live, or on YouTube Live right now. Anyway, so that's all going, and they can hear you on Facebook Live as well. And I don't need to do that. So, fuck it, ladies and gentlemen, Barry Norman, an actor, a screenwriter, a filmmaker. This guy's fantastic for a second time. And from a room next to my bathroom in my basement, this is my worst holiday. Barry, say hello.
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 I actually have a couple of new things to add to the introduction. Since we last talked last August, I become a full-time substitute teacher at a high school.
Oh, okay. That's to add to your question. And substitute teacher. There we go.
Because at age 64, I said, what's the worst thing I can do to myself right now? Let's work in a high school. It's where COVID exists. It's where there's shootings. That's the place I want.
All the great things you could possibly want. Like absolutely everything.
So there's that. I have nothing to do the next couple of months.
Okay. All right. So now the last time we talked, well, I'll tell you what, other than your substitute teacher thing, is there anything else? I mean, do you got anything else going on? Any other, last time we spoke, you were writing a play about the Montreal screw job.
Correct. I did write a play called Screw Job about the Montreal screw job in 100% Shakespearean English.
Right.
And I've been sending it out to Shakespeare. I mean, I'd love to get it produced and see if it got off Broadway, but my first shot at it, I've been sending it to Shakespeare festivals all over the country. And I've had actually some interest in it. Believe it or not, the closest I have right now is a Shakespeare festival of all places, Wyoming.
Oh, okay. I'll take it. You know.
Hey. I would just like to see it happen because I think if this thing ever got produced anywhere, I think it would actually take on a life because wrestling fans would definitely. What could ever get a wrestling fan into the theater? Well, a play about the Montreal screw job. What can get theater aficionados into a film, a screenplay, a play about professional wrestling? One that's done completely in Shakespearean English. I mean, it took me a long time to get into the iambic pentameter. I was reading every Shakespeare play and I said, oh my God, wrestling really should be done this way.
It's a giant tragedy. It's a giant tragedy. The whole thing is a giant tragedy.
It's a giant comic tragedy. It has mad kings.
Yes.
Right? It has, and instead of insane clowns, it has jesters.
Yeah.
It has, it has absolutely good and evil, heels and baby faces. It's like the perfect thing to do for the theater.
Right,
So that's
right.
how I wrote it. And like the good news is, whether it gets produced anytime or not, the people I've sent it to, the feedback I got is that I love this.
Yeah.
I said, do you understand it? Because even though it's in Shakespeare and English, I'm using a lot of lingo, from pro wrestling. I said, you might need in the program like a little dictionary. She says, no, because you wrote the lingo in Shakespearean English, he said, we kind of get what you're going for. So, I mean, who knows? So I did that, and as you also know, I actually written 2 books since we last talked. One of them is actually going to be coming out in a few weeks, and that's the one that I sent you that link for, called "We Blew It."
Right, we blew it, and the first thing I thought was like, "We did it, man! We did it!" And you're like, "No, man, we blew it! We blew it, man!" God, what a horrible movie! That movie was just awful.
But what is, first of all, to me, I mean, it came up with the idea is everything today sucks, right? And since I finished the book, there's more suckitude in the air than ever before. So I was thinking, what is the perfect line, the perfect cutoff point for when did everything start to suck? Right, so that's why I came up with the idea of one of my favorite movies, Easy Rider, with the great iconic line, that Peter Fonda says to Dennis Hopper, "We blew it."
Yeah.
Okay, what did we blow? And I think 1969 is a good cutoff because that might have been the last great year we had. Woodstock, the only thing that my generation.
Vietnam was still kind of going on then, Barry. I don't know, man. Maybe 76 was okay, and then Star Wars in 77, so I mean.
I don't know. I was so high when I saw Star Wars. The only good thing about that was I had no idea that this gigantic line was getting to the movie. So me and my friend said, okay, there's going to be all kinds of lasers and special effects. So we were so out there. We just walked past this line. Well, everyone's going, what do you walked ahead of the line. To this day, I really don't know what Star Wars is about because I haven't seen it since. I have been watching Obi-Wan Kenobi, the streaming show.
Wait, you're watching Obi-Wan Kenobi with absolutely zero base to base it on.
Well, I knew that.
You're the only goddamn person in the world that's done that. I want you to know.
Well,
Hey, you.
I take that as a compliment. I'm the only person. I like being the only person that does things, even if they're incredibly stupid. Be great at something. I'm the only idiot that's decided to do that. Great for me.
But you've been okay at a lot of things.
You don't think this 1969 is the perfect cutoff year? I mean, if you go before that, it's low hanging.
Well, I was 2, so I remember. I got this Rescue Ranger backpack thing that I really liked, but that was a couple of years later. But for Christmas. But yeah, other than that, I kind of just.
Well, I'm sorry that you missed all the fun because it's been sucky ever since. You were born right into the suckitude. Look, the 70s. Well, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I was a big punk rocker, not a big fan of disco, although I do now dress disco for school.
Oh.
I came up with an idea this past February. I mean, the high school I sub at is Boston, right outside the Boston suburbs. It's 41% Hispanic, 14% Brazilian, about 6% Haitian Creole, and people haven't been in school for a year and a half. So you have kids that went from 7th grade right to high school.
Yeah.
So we had fights virtually every day, for the first few months because kids were mouthing off to each other online for months, and now they're facing each other.
Oh yeah.
One day, it's actually kind of perfect that you have Jack Nixon's joke behind it. One day I came up with a brilliant idea. I'm going to get an entirely purple outfit. We got a purple shirt, shiny purple pants, purple socks, purple sneakers, and if nothing else, I want people to smile when they see this ridiculous outfit I'm wearing.
Right.
I went to school that day, and all of a sudden, all the students are smiling at me. They're giving me fist bumps and saying, "Nice drip, sir."
Nice drip.
I said, "It sounds like they're making fun of me." But
No, it's a compliment. Yeah, nice drip. Yeah, it's not. See, it's not syphilis anymore. So that's a good thing.
So all of a sudden, students that had no idea what I know. You're the substitute teacher. The minute you're in class, there's complete chaos. They know they don't have to listen to you, but now they see this idiot wearing a purple suit. So I got the idea. I'm going to go way beyond this. So the next few weeks, I spent $700 to $800 on the most ridiculous outfits you can imagine. The most disco-y, flashy, almost hologram type shirts.
Right.
I have pink, salmon, turquoise, red, yellow, orange, blue. I have all these disco shirts. I have all these psychedelic shirts. I now have an incredible collection of Hawaiian shirts.
So did you go to like Goodwill? Did you, or did you? Go to Goodwill or like?
I go to Amazon and I put in the search bar the most ridiculous thing I think. I said I want a purple and pink shirts with green dots or something.
Right.
Someone on Amazon sells it. So whatever lunatic idea I thought of, I put in the browser, and 3 days later I had that. So I have this unbelievable. So I have so many weird clothes now. I can make an ensemble differently for like a month, so no one sees the same.
Right.
So I became known as Mr. Drippy, Nice Mister, and then they started finding out about my background. That I've written books, that I've made films, that I own a movie theater.
Right. Right.
Then I became the interesting guy with the weird, the drip.
Right.
With this background they wanted to talk to me about, because they never heard of a guy doing all these different things. Like most kids, even today, I guess, they're still told, especially immigrant kids, find the one damn thing you want to do and do that.
Mm-hmm.
And now they're like, you can do all these different things.
You don't have to do one thing. There's a ton of different things. God. Right. Like on Friends, where they said, have you ever been to there's more than just vanilla and chocolate. There's Rocky Road, and there's Moose Tracks, and there's, grab a spoon. The world's out there, man, and yeah.
So these great rumors starting up. So they found out they own a movie theater. So they don't think of a movie theater like that I had. It seats 100, one screen. They think of Regal or AMC chain.
Right.
So they think I'm a multi-millionaire.
you're just substitute teaching for fun. It's like, well, I was bored.
But it is fun. I mean, because the kids, and quite a few of them don't speak a word of English. Some literally just came here, from Brazil or Guatemala or wherever they're from.
Right.
And they don't speak. But the way I'm dressed has connected with them. So I'm the guy. I get kids trying to get. They track me. They text all their friends, because all of them are on their phones. You can't get them to shut their phones off even in class.
Right.
They text each other. Where is Mr. Norman? Where is Mr. Drip? And also, kids that aren't supposed to be in the class I'm substitute teaching for show up. They want to be in my class because I'm the cool guy.
So they're just.
Yeah, I'm the cool guy. I know. I mean.
Hey, nothing wrong with that. I'm the cool dad. So, everybody, we are talking to Barry Norman, and he is a substitute teacher. He's also made a couple movies. He's got a new book out. He's got how many books have you got? Like 5 books.
Well, 7 now.
7.
Is number 6, and the book that I'm working on now is all about my lifelong battle with insomnia called Counting Kitties. And I'm going to finish that up next week, because the final chapter is me going to a clinic where you get a ketamine infusion. Because ketamine, they say, is now a way to deal with the 2 things I suffer from the most, insomnia and chronic pain. So I want to do this and then write about it as I'm doing it, because one, I hear it does weird things to you. As far as it makes you feel like you're in a tunnel or everything's very far away. Yeah. For whatever reason, the way I react to any drug, go through the insert, read all the side effects. You can have 100 side effects, and the farther down you go, the less people have that side effect. Find the worst side effect on that insert, and that drug is going to do that to me. So whatever side effects ketamine has, like this is an IV you get. They have people there. They have psychiatrists or life coaches around you while you get the infusion.
Yeah.
It takes a couple of months. It's like chemo. So that's going to be my final chapter, me experiencing, after all the other chapters where I write about all the horrible trauma and the weird schedules I've had for work where I don't sleep. I literally don't sleep. I mean, my schedule now to do this job, 30 miles drive to go to the school. So since I know I have to get up and do 2 hours worth of working out, an hour's worth of meditation, and then I think what my digestive system is going to do. How
isn't getting older wonderful? Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we want to talk about. Yeah, let's talk about Barry's digest. But these are the things you talk about when you're about to be 65. I can't be caught in the middle of I-28.
Yeah, I gotta tell you, man, you look pretty good for almost 65. I thought I looked pretty good at 54, but yeah, you got to get a lot of compliments from. And we was talking about grab a spoon, all the things. My friend Peg, she's like, I want to be diabolical, insane things, but with a cool costume. Okay, all right, yeah, there you go.
Cool costume.
Yeah. Oh, she's fun as hell. You'd like Barry.
You're not the first, you won't be the last, but the kids at school like me. I become the most popular, substitute, whatever. I mean, they all want to talk to me. I mean, they all want to get life advice from me because I'll talk to them about anything.
Right.
And I don't lie. You ever do?
Well, God, you've been with WCW. You've been in wrestling. You launched Four Non Blondes in the band Live. Yeah, he was the DJ who launched those guys. Let's see, a screenwriter, a director, or filmmaker anyway. And an author of 7 books. So yeah, like say somebody wanted to ask somebody a question. I think I'd ask you. So
that's kind of what's come out. So I dress weird, that attractive, that broke down walls. Like, okay, this guy is this goofy. There's got to be something about it. And they find out that I've done all these things, and then I'll talk to them about anything. And so they enjoy that. I mean, the kids, when they found I own, one kid, you own a movie theater, and what happened? I go, I sold it in 2019. What was it called? Even Star Cinema. Bam, right on his computer. Oh, here's what you sold it for. What? That's in like 30 seconds.
Here's what you sold it for. What the fuck? What?
Yeah. Oh, wow, you're rich, so you really are rich. Can I have no? You can't borrow money.
No.
That's funny about it. I say no. I had a film and I cast Professor Wrestler Mick Foley and Melissa McBride. I said, you might not know the name of Melissa McBride. She goes, oh yeah, she's in The Walking Dead. You know her? Yeah.
And what a guy Mick is. Mick's just fantastic, So and that was the name of that one was God damn it. What is it? What is it? The name of your film?
The one that has Melissa McBride and Mick Foley?
Yes.
That's
Deadbeats, yeah, because you worked at a collection agency, and that's what it was based on. It just wouldn't. I'm like, come on, you know this, Mark, you know it. No, you don't.
The other day I was getting in some pissing contest on Facebook, and the guy finds that I directed this film called Deadbeats that was distributed by Troma. Troma is the one that does the Toxic Avengers,
right?
Nazis,
right.
Compilation DVD that Troma distributed my film on. The Best of Troma Dance Volume 2. So you post that on Facebook like, you did this. I go, yeah. I go, you see that my film is on the cover?
Right.
I said, you know how many units it sold? It had a pay-per-view screening a few years ago because Melissa McBride became such a big star. What, you think you're embarrassing me with that? Oh, by the way, Troma, it was the first independent studio in the country, and Lloyd Kaufman, the founder, was the production manager of the film My Dinner with Andre. And since this guy was a big indie film, that's like one of the indie films. If you want to drop names, you really know indie films. Say My Dinner with Andre. So yeah, you want to make fun of me because my film was distributed by Troma?
Yeah. My Dinner with Andre. Check that one out, fucker. Okay.
I said, yeah. He thought, he said, oh, he was really going to embarrass me by posting, a picture, a graphic.
Like how many films has he made? Like who the fuck is this guy?
Here's his claim to fame. He said 4 times an Oscar-winning producer looked at his screenplay to possibly produce it, and it never happened.
Oh.
He says, you don't have an on-screen credit. You're not an IMDb. You've never produced anything. Yeah, but these guys were interested in my screenplays. And I go, what do you do? He goes, I drive a limo in LA.
Oh, you're that guy? You're that guy? The guy who drove a limo in LA? What?
That guy was making fun of me. Then he found out that I founded a film festival in Rome, Georgia, the Rome International Film Festival.
Yeah.
So then he posted a graphic of the Rome Film Festival in Rome, Italy, saying, look, you just ripped them off. I go, if you look really closely, their film festival came 2 years after mine. They originally named themselves the Rome International Film Festival. My lawyer got a cease and desist. I won the lawsuit because I was able to prove that I came first. So once again,
I always come first.
Look in your face, like an Acme product for Wile E. Coyote. So
right.
It was a film. This guy.
Nice. Apparently, Peg Larson has seen your movie. She's like, Deadbeats, great one. So there you go.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, every now and again, I will Google it because it has been reviewed all over the world, but the reviews aren't that great. Which I get because I wrote it as a feature film. I only had enough money to make it short. Plus, I only had Mick Foley for 3 days.
Yeah.
So I made it as, but this is going to be my business card film. It's not. I have the full length screenplay. I did get Screen Gems actually. I sent it to them and they liked it. So they flew me up to New York. They were talking about possibly doing what I wanted to do, make the full length feature. And the head of the studio says, "Oh yeah, I see Mickey Rourke, as the star." This was before Mickey Rourke did the film The Wrestler.
Oh no! Yeah.
He's casting in his head. This film is really going to happen. And then, of course, I thought, Rourke was a named star, but years later it became really, coincidental. Oh my God, he wanted the guy that would years later make his biggest film based on professional wrestling.
Good job.
The Screen Gems didn't make the film. They actually then interviewed me to be the head of their new movie studio in Asheville, North Carolina.
Oh.
And I lost that job to Frank Capra Jr.
Oh. Okay.
Senior, the guy that directed It's a Wonderful Life. So I'm
right. So you lost to Frank Capra Jr.
I lost out to Frank, but they did consider me for the job.
Come on. He ain't Frank Capra. He's fucking Junior. Get some fresh blood in here, fucking nepotist. Fucking nepotism. Who would have thought that nepotism would be something in the movie industry? I protest, sir. I fucking protest.
Like I said, he wasn't like, well, these guys look at my screenplay and almost did it. Well, I almost ran a freaking movie studio and the studio that runs that movie.
Yeah, I almost, like, God, let's get into an I almost contest. That's the best.
Well, I say, do you want me to show you the personal letter from Spike Lee where it says, I love the screenplay you sent me. I'm not going to produce, but I said, how I can act yours. He's an Oscar winner. He almost produced it. So, I mean, you get a film credit, then we can talk.
See, my claim to fame is, I know people who know people. That's what I got going on, folks. That's right. That's how I roll. I've met people that met people. Drop the mic.
Here's finance, because I've driven around some famous people in my day. Let me tell you.
Did you tell them about your screenplay?
I actually posted an article that was written in the Charleston Post and Courier about Screwjob.
Yeah.
Because the guy that writes for that, it's a major paper in the market. He used to cover professional wrestling for the paper, so he knew me. When I sent him a press release, he jumped on it, made a full-page article, pitched the Bret Hart and all that. But I posted that. I also posted that because I also had the guy was kind of saying, I'm going to come up to know where you live and meet. And there's a picture of me at my movie theater where I'm leaning over and, I've lifted weights for over 50 years. I still have guns. And the picture of me leaning over my condition counter, it says, okay, this is what you're talking about.
Yeah. I still, from our original show, I'm still just flabbergasted. you were a Jewish fellow bouncing at a neo-Nazi bar. So
you have a good right. The Metroplex in Atlanta, and I wore my style.
no, don't give me a lot of credit. I re-listened to the episode today. I'm like Barry Norman. I know it. So what?
So I said no. If that didn't scare me, and I was also a bouncer at one of the biggest strip clubs in Atlanta, and one day on the job I went there, and another bouncer had just been shot to death.
Oh God!
Mostly before I was arriving for my shift. Needless to say, I didn't do my shift or work there another day.
Golly, boss, I don't feel too good today.
But then again, like I said, I know a substitute teacher at a high school. We did have a lockdown for a potential shooter. Not a threat. It turned out not to be credible. But you have to go through all this stuff. And as a teacher, even as a substitute teacher, we have to go through this thing called ALICE training. It's a 30-minute video program that says all the things you have to do if there's a shooter in your school.
Okay.
And we're locked down in the classroom. There's kids absolutely panicking. There's some kids crying. The number one rule is they got to be quiet because if the guy is behind, walk by the door, you want them to think there's no one there.
Right. I was going to say, is rocking back and forth and crying in the fetal position one of the moves that you make?
Well, definitely. No, you're not supposed to make a sound.
Okay, all right. So no crying, but rocking back and forth in a fetal position is fine. Okay, all right. Good to know. All right, take a note of it, everybody. Rocking in a fetal position and crying. Well, not crying, just rocking back and forth. Acceptable.
They do teach you that everyone in your classroom, that you barricaded and locked the door, turn off the lights. You have to spread around the room so you're not all in one area.
They call that fish in a barrel theory.
Yeah, but so what you're supposed to do is everyone is supposed to grab an object. So God forbid if the shooter actually breaches the door and gets in, you're all supposed to rush him, throw the object at him, so he's dodging and blocking these
yes.
things. Think about actually pointing the gun, and while that's happening, rush and you try everyone in the class grab something, an arm, a leg, an eyeball, whatever,
right,
and try to. So I barricaded the door. I got everyone to grab something. You can't get the kids to quiet because they're either crying and panicking or they're on their cell phones trying to get information. They go, I said, don't shut the cell phone off. Turn it off.
Right.
Turn the vibrate. And don't be talking on it. But for 2 hours, you don't know what's happening.
Oh, wow.
So, you absolutely, every now and again, we would get over the PA, the principal said, no, lockdown is still going on. And so it wasn't until 2 hours where the police finally came, knocked on the door. And I said, okay, there you go. Even if they identify themselves as police, how do I know?
Right, exactly. Like,
am I going to put I put something over the glass window so no one can see it or else? Do I?
Right.
No. But that's what I did, and it was the police. So then they took us to the evacuation point, and that's when we saw kids.
Open up! We're the police. Really?
How do I know?
Sure? Are you sure? Yeah, I'm really sure. Go ahead and open the door. I'm definitely the police guy. So go ahead and open up. Not the bad guy at all. Nope.
Yeah, lockdowns are no joke. This is one of the reasons I did this, became a teacher this late, is I do have a lot of empathy for these kids. They had to try to catch up on a year and a half of school online, which doesn't work.
Most of their parents suck. God, that's terrible. They're not Gen Xers. They're not Gen Xers. That's for fucking sure. It's like,
what are they? They're Gen Z? I forget what they are.
Yeah.
Whatever they are. But the only thing they know is their phones. That's it. The way kids dress today is every generation says it. But girls dress what I call the lion tamer pants.
Yeah.
Pants that are completely shredded and ripped to pieces that they expose more than the shortest micro mini.
Yeah.
So, and being topped off that, so nobody dresses up in school anymore, which is why my ridiculous clothes really stands out. My day in the 70s, there were the disco kids, and they wanted to wear their hot clothes. So there were people that tried to dress nice, or at least what they thought was nice. That doesn't exist anymore. So it's definitely an interesting place, and I always tell the kids, anything you say may appear in a film or book.
There you go.
Of course, for a lot of them, everything they do is on TikTok anyway. So and I've given them the lesson. Here's why I hate TikTok. And I'm a filmmaker. My films cost an average of $13,000, which sounds like which is a lot of money to me.
Yes.
It takes a year to do. I shoot them in 10 days, edit them in a year. And if I'm lucky, with all the film festivals I may or may not get in, I might have 500 people see it.
Right.
You do and 500,000 people will like it. I go, any idiot can do that. And they go, yes, that's the point. They go, no.
That's exactly the opposite. Like you was talking about, he was on these guys' podcasts. Like they were just old shtick and everything else. And these guys are on fucking TV. Like, right. Get the fuck out of my gig, man. You suck.
It's like, anybody can have a podcast, right?
Anybody can. Anybody can. And there's good about that and bad about that.
That was my opening speech for my film festival for years. The good thing about digital filmmaking is anybody can make a film. The bad thing about digital filmmaking
is anybody can do it.
Take the camera, smash it on the ground, say, never, ever, 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 ever pick that up again. But that's what I feel about TikTok. You can do the stupidest, dumbest thing, bam, 1 million.
Yeah.
And I know they've uploaded me on TikTok a lot because of what I wear. One time, so they know that I work out a lot. One student challenged me to a push-up contest. So I'm doing the push-ups. That got uploaded. Substitute teacher with a ridiculous outfit doing push-ups in class to prove to us. So I hate the fact that I'm on there, but you can't help it because everything these kids do, that's what they do.
Right. And in fact, nobody else is doing it. Like you're actually you're trend setting. You're doing something a little bit different. You're keeping the kids engaged. At least they respect you. At least because you're doing something entertaining. Like you're not just some automaton standing up there. God, and I loved my English teacher. She was a lovely person. But God, she was the exact voice of Charlie Brown's teacher. Wah, 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 wah. And I'll tell you, when you're high after lunch hour and you go into a class and listen to a teacher going, wah, 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 wah. Fucking hard to get through. Real fucking, because time goes real slow. Real slow.
But the point you made was actually exactly what I found out. Because everything in their lives is on their cell phones. Every piece of entertainment, news, whatever it is they do, it's on that thing. You have to entertain them.
Yeah.
You have to figure out a way to get their attention away from the phones because they're not putting them away. There's no real discipline in the schools. So even teachers who are teachers. I mean, I am a certified teacher, so. They don't put their phones away. So the only time you can get them to put away their phones if they're taking a final exam. That's the only time you can do
That's it.
To be honest, they have me put up there, or you're flunking.
Right.
So other than that, you can't take away a phone.
Right. And you're located. Where are you located? You're in New York, right?
Massachusetts.
Massachusetts. Okay. A smaller town or a bigger town or?
Where the school is?
Yeah.
School is Everett, Massachusetts, which is right outside of Boston. There's 2,300 students in the school, so it's a fairly big population. It has one of the best football teams in the country. I mean, the football players are as big as pros.
Right.
They're the offensive defensive line are awesome. They just had one of the players who graduated this year was the first-round draft pick of Minnesota. So this is why, I mean, I get paid as a substitute more than a lot of other school districts get paid for their teachers because it is considered a dangerous area. Like, it is high immigrant.
Mm-hmm.
So there is a language barrier for a lot of kids. There's no bus system. One reason they were so pissed off in the winter is they are walking to school in 2-degree weather, 4-degree weather. So like I said, I never heard of a full-time substitute teacher job, but because of COVID and there's 200 people.
A full-time substitute teacher. Yes, I've never heard of that either.
I never did because the substitute teacher from our day, there's a little age between us, was the guy that gets called, just like Jack Black in the School of Rock, right? You go in and all the kids throw spitballs at you, and then you might teach for But we have to be there every single day because there's always going to be classes that we have to fill in for. Because if there's not enough substitute teachers to fill in, then they have to get a whole bunch of different classes and put them together in the cafeteria or the auditorium, and that's not good.
No, that's not good.
It's not good to have that many kids together at one time. And the ironic thing about COVID, to try to take a tangent here, once again, the school is ground zero for it. I mean, when we have the mask mandate, most of the kids wore like chin straps, and then we lost the mandate. I didn't get COVID at all during school. You're going through hallways where hundreds of kids are coughing and doing all that. I got COVID a few weeks ago because finally
I did too. Like right at the fucking end. Like it's called the endemic, and then I end up with fucking COVID. And here's the thing. I'd been off work for a month. This was my last week off. And I got fucking COVID. The whole time I'm working, I'm fine. My last week that I take off, fucking COVID.
I get it. The first time I decided to go back to a movie theater since I sold my theater in 2019. So there's a movie theater down the street within walking distance, and Top Gun is playing. I said, why not? It's Memorial Day Monday.
Because it sucks.
We're right on the ocean. We have some of the most gorgeous beaches in the country. So I knew the 1 o'clock
I'll be over.
Right? 1
Yeah.
o'clock show is going to be empty. I go in there, there's 4 people. 2 of them sit right behind me, and one of them is coughing the whole time. And for some reason, instead of me getting up and moving, I said, why should I move?
Right. Because of COVID.
That's where I got COVID in a freaking movie theater. No, the irony of the movie theater guy who hasn't been in one since he sold one.
Right.
In an empty theater. That's when I get it. And I leave my house at 5 a.m. to go to school once again because of the digestive thing. And finally, when I leave the school, I get there and I go, I'm feeling like I'm fighting a cold. I'll just go to the nurse. I mean, I have to be in my classroom at 8 o'clock. They open at like 7:45. I go to get tested. I just figured just be safe.
Right.
They said it takes 3 days. I said, okay, I'll call you from my classroom. I know I don't have COVID. 10 seconds later, the nurse comes out in the lobby where all the kids are because it's not 8 o'clock yet. Mr. Norman, you're positive. Now I have to go home I hadn't missed a day. I'm the only sub who hadn't missed a day of school, didn't take a personal day off, didn't have a sick day. Now it's towards the end of the year. And over the weekend, I get sick. Now I'm triple blasted.
Yeah, so am I. Yeah, I'm all Modernered up, man. I'm 3 times Modernered.
I'm going to be mildly symptomatic because I was feeling like I have a little cold. No, I don't. I get sicker than I've ever. I have 104 fever for 3 days.
Really?
When finally my doctor said, I'm going to get you the drug, Plax COVID.
Mm-hmm.
So I embraced the fever. I then had the worst sore throat I've ever had for the next 2 days. And then I had, how some people have where they can't smell or they can't taste.
Yeah.
Or I had the worst smell and the worst taste I've ever had in my life. I got so sick, I took an antiemetic, something that prevents you from throwing up, and I threw it up.
Oh my God.
That's how sick I was that one day. I said, oh my God, that means the virus got into my brain. And what if this is one of those side effects?
If it got into my brain.
Well, that's what happens if it affects your smell and
Yeah.
your taste. It's your brain. That's a neurological sign.
Yeah.
And my ex-wife, she got COVID. She said she couldn't know. She had that for 7 months. Couldn't eat meat or eggs. I said, oh God, if I'm this sick for 8 months. What it wasn't COVID. It was the Plax-COVID, the antiviral. It was a side effect of that.
Oh, okay.
So the news is I can smell and taste. Nothing smells like awful, and the food doesn't taste bad that I can't.
I had just like my whole family. My whole family just had like it started off with like a little cough, little thing in my throat, and then I had like one night that I was kind of like a bad cold. I lost my smell for 1 day, and that was it. Like everything else was just fine.
You and no side effects to this day. Nothing for you.
Nope.
See, I know I have
a little lethargic, but
oh my God, Omicron variant. So Omicron, it will find your weak. It's more upper respiratory than lungs. And my weak spot is I have, like doctors, I don't have a deviated septum. I have a mangled septum. Of course, my sinuses blow up, right? So
you left deviated a long time ago.
I walk into that one. So I still, to this day, it has been that long. It's been a few weeks now. I still don't feel right. Everything is off. I always have a runny nose. I'm okay, but it's not. I'm thinking this is the way I'm going to feel the rest of my life. It's like how do you feel about it? They know the Jewish folks.
Hey, with my hand in the heart. Yeah, the coconut.
How should I feel?
How should I feel?
It's the old joke. Why can't Jews be doctors? Doctor, my arm, your arm. What about my leg?
What about my leg? Your eye. God damn it. I barely made it to work today.
I'm so happy you were so unaffected by COVID, and it was such a lovely experience for me.
Well, God favors the Gentiles. What can I say?
I said, look, I volunteered to put myself in a school at almost 65 years old.
You literally threw yourself into harm's way, man. Like you're the General Nimitz of school teaching.
And the second to last day before the year ended, I had to break up my first fight. It was two girls, and it was the worst fight I've ever seen. They both with one hand grabbed a head full of hair. One of the girls used her right arm just like a piston over and over on the other girl's head. Bam, bam,
right.
Bam. The other girl used her free hand to hit the other girl in the eye. Bam, bam, bam. Now I know the way we've been told, especially if it's girls fighting, you cannot break them up. If you put a hand on them, someone with a phone is going to record it.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Get hurt in any way or harassment, because there has been, not many considering, but there has been a few cases where a female student says harassment, you did this, you did that, and you're screwed. So I made sure, I just did the only thing I could think of. I yelled out as loud as I can, stop, until other people heard it and they broke it up.
Yeah. The other kids can break it up. You can't.
Well, not the kids. Final exams. So I'm proctoring a final exam test, and what happened was I see a bunch of kids go, put their hands to the mouth, and one go, sir, they're fighting. Okay, I'll check that out. So I didn't want to leave the class. The minute I leave, they're all going to be cheating.
You're like a hockey ref. You just go like this. Everybody back. Let them work it out.
I didn't know what to do. They're killing each other.
Yeah.
The guy fights usually, they will end up all over the place, and they're mostly wrestling, and one guy might get, but they're not bam, bam. One guy during a fight earlier the year did put someone in the hospital. They don't really fight like this.
Right.
Every blow is a big blow. And even if we are allowed to put our hands on a female student, which is not a good idea.
No. My daughter's friend wanted, and I was dropping my daughter off at her friend's house, and her other friend was there, and they said, she said, hey, do you think your dad can give me a ride back? No, Dad cannot give you a ride back. No fucking way can Dad give you a ride back. You know what I'm talking about, Jeff.
Well, I have made, there's certain things I wonder, like the ethics of it. Like one female student from Brazil, a really, really nice girl, extremely pretty. She likes me, so she goes, sir, my parents own a pizza parlor. I go, really? She goes, yeah. I go, where are you from? She goes, well, my dad is from Trinidad and Tobago, and my mom is from Puerto Rico.
Oh.
And she bought an Italian pizzeria. Okay, then. She goes, if you come, I'll hook you up. So I take a friend of mine. Pizza's my favorite food, and where I live in Gloucester, Massachusetts, it's heavily Sicilian, so there's pizza places everywhere that are great.
Right.
We drive the 30 miles because it's in the city next to Everett, Lynn, City, you live here. And it's the best freaking pizza I've ever had.
Really?
It's incredible.
That's awesome. Everybody, once again, we are talking to Barry Norman. First of all, he's a substitute teacher. That's his latest credit. Other than that, he launched the two bands, Live and Four Non Blondes. He was a DJ that's syndicated across the country for a while. He's made several movies. He has 7 books out. He's just an all around fantastic, great guy. So sorry, back to you. And for my buddy Brian, who's probably going to watch this later, I need at least one WCW crazy fucking story.
WCW, Jesus, which one of my WCW? I mean, I don't know, but most of my crazy stories are actually kind of, sad type of things. I'm trying to.
But no, I don't want sad.
My recent story with the WCW guy is how my best friend of 32 years, and now I'm suing him for $500,000, and that's because pro wrestler Sid Vicious.
Yes.
I told the story last show, so I won't.
Right. Yeah, he's like one of your best friends for fucking years and years, and he disses you. You get him set up. You get Sid Vicious set up in the business, and he turns around and motherfuckers you.
He does, but so I'll tell. Is this interesting, sir? Okay, because I was the public relations manager, I became, the go-between for everything. In other words, I got guys cast in movies, TV shows, and also whenever there was some type of memorabilia show where they wanted one of the guys.
And you was talking about Sting, trying to get Sting in on your. You also wrote a play on the Montreal Screw Job. So if you ever watch WWE, you know exactly what I'm talking about.
And I actually did call Sting because I want him to be, the Vince McMahon character named Vic McNugget.
Yeah, Vic McNugget.
He has a. I want Mick Foley to be Dunk, the court jester based on Doink.
Right.
I've actually pitched this to the head of theater at my school because I told you my school is 41% Hispanic.
Mm-hmm.
I made the Hart character, a Lucha Libre.
Okay, Lucha Libre, right? Which is a Mexican wrestler.
Right. So I said we could have obviously we have Hispanic wrestling. We have a wrestling team. But so we could have a kid because they're huge play the Bret Hart part. We definitely have someone I could think of for the Shawn Michaels, who in my play is called Little Tacastudo. Now, for all you listening at home, Tacastudo is actually the medical term for heartbreak.
Oh, okay.
Little Tacastudo is my way of doing.
Look at you. That's why I like you. You're smart. You're fucking smart.
and hombre is hombre de corazón, which actually means hombre is man. Hombre de corazón is hit man or man of hitting.
Hitman of hitting. Okay. All right.
There's so many names. Like remember the referee for the match is Earl Hebner.
Mm-hmm.
Well, so in Screwjob, he's the Earl of Hebner.
The Earl of Hebner. There you go. Because it's done, like this play is actually done in a Shakespearean diameter. So it's like, it's going to be, you like that? See the word I used? Did you see the word I used, Barry? Huh? This guy, right? Not just for a fucking Wisconsin hat. It's a diameter.
Based on Russo and Cornette, who would know Jim, who in real life hate each other.
Would he be like El Tennis Racco or something like that?
Because what's an instrument in Shakespearean times? Was the clarion. So Jim Cornette became clarion.
Oh, clarion. Okay, for Cornette.
And Russo became bluesy.
Okay.
So and of course they hate each other. I mean, in real life they hate each other.
Oh yeah, they do hate each other. Yeah. If you watch Dark Side of the Ring, yeah.
I do watch Dark Side of the Ring. Well, didn't they cancel it? I mean, they did something with it. That's weird.
I don't know. Yeah, I watched several episodes. I was like, God, how dirty and back, like the Jimmy Superfly Snuka one, and God, well, of course the screw job, but like Bruiser Brody and like all these crazy fucking wrestlers that just all this shit happened to.
Bruiser Brody was my favorite wrestler because he was Jewish and he was crazy, and he's just not what you think.
Is that right?
I lived in Denver when I moved to Denver when I was 21 years old, and the AWA was there.
Right.
Because it was out of Minnesota, and of course, almost all the big stars of the AWA in the 70s and 80s all became the big superstars of events. That's where the Road Warriors were. That's where Hulk Hogan was. That's where Bobby the Brain Heenan was. That's where they all were. But no, my favorites were I love Bruiser Brody. I love the Crusher because he was the big no Polish beer drinker.
Oh yeah, I love it. And my father, he gave me $2 and told me to walk down a mile to the bar in a bucket of beer. And if I spilled any of that beer, he'd tan my hide.
That's the Crusher, yeah. And the Pig and Whistle, I remember, right? That's great. Jesse the Body Ventura was big there. No, he and Adrian Adonis, the East-West connection. But I liked my favorites were Mad Dog Vachon.
Oh, Mad Dog Vachon, yeah. Now you're talking Dr. X era. There, that's.
I love Mad Dog Vachon. My favorite jobber was the Beast from Argentina. He was just this ugly guy who was just covered with hair. And then he introduced him. He does all just stick his tongue out like. So he was one of my favorites because he was always getting the kick crack out of him. I liked Nick Bockwinkel. He was basically the Ric Flair of the AWA.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's the Bockwinkel sleeper. It's the Gagne sleeper. It's the Bockwinkel. They just kept reversing it on each other. It's the Bockwinkel sleeper. Oh, it's the Gagne sleeper. It's the Bockwinkel sleeper. And they did it back and forth like 5 times. Like it was.
That's what I liked about the AWA and original wrestling. 99% of it were promos.
You
had to be really good at the promo. I mean, the biggest high spots then were the flying drop kick if you were a high flyer,
which was Greg Gagne. Yeah. Yeah, those are the 2 big things: the drop kick and then the body slam. Those are the 2 big things. And you can only jump off of the second rope.
Right? I mean, Baron Von Raschke with the claw. That claw. The Crusher's thing was the bolo punch, right?
Yeah.
For some reason, when you do that and just do an uppercut, it's deadly. So you had these ridiculous holds, and you knew, and like you said, the sleepers are great when you don't really want to get hurt. So yeah, they do the first, but it was all the promos.
Yeah.
All Mean Gene, bringing them out. Come on in here, and you have to cut a good promo. I remember Bruiser Brody would always have like a butterfly bandage on his face with a little blood capsule in there.
Right.
He always had it like
and a file, and he would file his teeth. God, it would send shivers down my fucking spine every time I watched Bruiser Brody. He was filing his teeth. It's like, oh, God, stop that.
Well, yeah, I mean, I love Bruiser Brody's Stan the Larry and Hansen matches because they just, I mean, it was just boot to the head.
Boot to the head, yep.
And that was it. So, I still haven't told every story. I think I probably already told you about as far as my WCW stories.
Well, I was watching, that I think it was it the Dark Side? Was it behind Dark Side of the Ring? Was it but anyways, about Bruiser Brody and Lex Luger, and Lex Luger, he's just this young punk, and he pissed Bruiser Brody off, and so Bruiser Brody stopped selling his shots, and he knew that he couldn't physically really beat Bruiser Brody, like. Bruiser Brody would just kick the fuck out of him, like just absolutely destroy the guy. So he stopped selling the shots. Like Luger would hit him, and he would just not react. And then after it was over, of course, Brody pins him, and as soon as he does, it was like a cage match. Luger crawled over, got down, and just went straight to his fucking car and left. Like, I don't want to be part of. Because I guess he was talking shit before the match or something like that, and didn't want to be part of anything that had to do with Brody after Brody got out of the fucking ring. Like, just deuces, bitches. See you later. I'm fucking gone. It's
What do you do when your opponent won't sell? Well, actually, one of my favorite stories actually does involve Luger. He always used to brag, that he was a great college student. And then he had a 4.0 average. One day, in the back room before TV taping, so all the guys there, and he once again is going on, I had a 4.0 and 4.0. And I said, Lex, what you don't understand is it's not cumulative. You don't get a 1.0 for every year.
Hold on just for a second. I got to sign off of Facebook. Everybody, thank you for joining in. Again, we had Barry Norman on here, and he's fantastic. Sorry I have to shut this off, but my iPad's getting ready to die. So, everybody, thank you so much. Gwen, God damn it. I wish you would have been on earlier. You would have enjoyed a great show. But if you want to get onto My Worst Holiday Podcast on YouTube. You can continue watching from there. Outside of that, deuces. Love you. And from my room next to my bathroom in my basement, this has been My Worst Holiday. Good night, everybody. Okay, so that one's wrapped up.
How'd it go? What'd you think?
Well, no, we're still good. We're still good. We're still YouTube live. But I knew that my iPad was about to go funky, so I had to get rid of that one.
How'd you get so funky?
How'd you get so funky? So we're still good on YouTube live. All right. So anyway, So anyway, Lex Luger, because my buddy Scotty Schwartz, who was, do you know Scotty?
Yeah, Scotty Schwartz was in Christmas Story.
Yeah,
right?
Flick. Yeah, he was really good friends with. He was really good friends with Miss Elizabeth and Randy. So he's really close. He's still really good friends with Lawler.
Okay, he's friends with another friend of mine on Facebook who also is a big wrestling fan. I don't know if you guys are friends on Facebook. Steve Goldstein, he's a screenwriter.
No, I don't know Steve. Hook me up with Steve Goldstein.
Yeah.
Yeah, like everything else right now.
He's always talking about Schwartz, but he has a lot of no celebrity. I mean, anyone can get celebrity friends. He actually knows a lot. So Steve Goldstein.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, I don't want any dead air. But there you go. Everybody, just hold on while I write shit and not say anything. That's entertainment. You know what's best about entertainment? People really enjoy dead air. They like it when you just do fucking nothing. Like the rest of the episode, Barry and I are just going to stare at each other and say nothing. So
when I worked for CNN, they actually had a word for that. There's like more than 1 second of dead air. They said grow a beard. In other words, if the teleprompter screwed up, you have to be able to ad lib, and that's when the director would tell them in their IFB, growing a beard here.
Growing a beard here. God. Nope. Well, my partner was supposed to be here tonight too. I think he forgot, and so like I'm telling you, everything can go off the fucking anything that could have gone off the fucking rails before this show today absolutely went off the fucking rails. I was throwing shit in my studio. I was cussing. I was like, I almost punched my mic. I was just fucking losing it. Like nothing was working.
Well, you can blame it on me. It's my remnants of COVID. It's spreading to electronics now.
You're wonderful, and I can't blame anything on you. You've been fantastic. You're fantastic both times so far. Yeah, I'll give you a chance to fail though. I'll give you more time. So yeah.
You know, I mean, I can go Broadway. You want another hour?
Yeah. It's like it was Cat Williams. He was on stage. He goes, or no, it's Eddie Griffin. It's Eddie Griffin. He goes, you'll run out of money before I run out of funny.
I would say, I'll take that bet. Nobody's that funny. Oh, did I tell you in the first show that I actually tried stand-up comedy too?
No,
When I was living in Denver, because everyone tells me you're so funny,
right.
I used to write a lot. I worked for the school newspaper, did the Able First editions,
right.
Edition. So they had a club in Denver called the Comedy Club, and like every comedy club, they had open mic night on Monday.
You absolutely should be able to do comedy. You really should be able to do. If I can stand up and do comedy, you can do comedy.
I can write comedy. I was born 10 years too late. I mean, my dream job was to work for National Lampoon. I actually got an interview with National Lampoon in 1979.
Did you?
They said your stuff is good, but we're not going to hire you. I still think if I was born 10 years earlier, I would have been working for Lampoon at their heyday in the 70s, the late 60s, early 70s. And then I would have been one of the original writers for Saturday Night Live.
Saturday Night Live, right. After they stole everybody from National Lampoon.
Well, and then Second City, and then a lot of those. But yeah.
What was it? It was called what was it called? A futile attempt. It's on Netflix. It's called A Futile Attempt. About the head guy from who created National Lampoon, and
Doug Hemming, and then what's his name, Beard,
right?
Frank Beard.
And when he met Saturday Night Live, Lorne Michaels, yeah, he walked up to him. He goes, "Yeah, why don't you take my beer too?"
Well, But I always thought writing humor and then writing sketch humor, when that became a thing, that's where I would have excelled. But no, I didn't get the gig there. So Comedy Club has open mic night, and I do a little, I prepare a little thing there. And I do it, and it goes over well. So they said, great, come back next Monday. I go, hey, this is happening. This is starting a lot. So I was asked back 3 successive Mondays. In other words, even though it's still open mic night, they will give you a better position each night.
Right. Right. If you're good. Right.
Right. But people are starting to thinking, people are actually anticipating you. And so the third time I got up there, I had to follow a new rising young comic named Roseanne Barr. She was developing known as the domestic guy. And I immediately, after her, I immediately said, okay, I'm the guy that's the class clown, that's funny. I can up at a party. That's a fucking pro.
Yeah.
That's the one that's doing this for a living. And it's like if you think you're the best skier in the world and then you ski next to an Olympic skier,
yeah,
you realize.
And next up, Peekaboo Street.
So the comparison, was just too much. I said, this is not what I should be doing. But
God.
So this day I said, instead of saying I wish I was younger, I wish I was older. I wish I was born instead of 57. If I was born like 42, 43, I would have been writing for Lampoon. I would have then been writing for Saturday Night Live. And right now I'd be having my...
or you would have killed yourself like Lenny Bruce. Who knows? You don't know. You don't know. You don't know, man. You don't know.
We'll never know.
You can't pull that thread of your tapestry. You can't pull that fucking thread. It all just unwinds.
In the multiverse, in another thread, I'm really funny and did well. I did work for Lampoon. I absolutely beat the shit out of Roseanne Barr. They thought I was funny, and her career never took off. We would never hear her do the national anthem at the San Diego Padres game. It all would have been different. That's the multiverse.
See, you could have said something racist, and then they gave your show to somebody else. You could have done that. You could have done that. You can't pull the thread. You can't pull the fucking thread. You're what you are.
Too late, so here I am.
I was born too late. It's like deaf ears. It just fell on complete deaf ears. That's what that did. So
that's my 8th book. I was born too late.
I was born too late.
Well, here's what I do to freak out my students, though, because once again they think I don't look like I'm nearly 65. So here's what I tell them, and their jaws just drop. Every one of my grandparents, I said, were born in the 1800s.
Oh God.
I'm 1957. To them, I'm older than all their parents. I'm older
right.
than a lot of their grandparents.
Right.
So,
and like I said, dude, you don't look like that at all. Like, you should see this guy. I'm telling you, he looks my age, and I don't look my age. Like, I look like I'm 45. This guy looks like he's 55. Like, I don't know. He looks.
You tell me how to do the filter.
Actually, you look like my age. You look my age that I should look. But I don't know. How the fuck do you say it? You look like you're 45. There you go. You look like you're fucking 45. You look younger than I do.
Well, the biggest compliment I actually got at school was I was asked out on a date by another teacher, the hottest teacher in the school, who was only 24.
Oh God.
And she knew how old I was.
Oh.
But she asked me out because she was really into film, and then she heard that I did all these cool things. So she thought that I was cool. It's like I tell the kids, no,
I'm not cool.
I've done cool things. There's a difference.
I'm not cool. I've done cool things. Remember that, people.
There is a difference. So the date didn't start off well. I thought it did because I'm supposed to meet her at some bar and all that. So I have to get gas. So at the gas, I'm texting her, and I said, no, since she knows how old I am, I said, I just got a whole bunch of Red Bull and crystal meth. So she texts me back. She goes, sounds like a great date.
There you go.
I swear this is not me, the old fart that doesn't know how to do anything. Google Maps trying to kill me. It's telling me, if you don't know Boston at all, Star Drive is like the worst highway in Boston. It's got the worst traffic jam. And it goes right along the Charles River. So Google Maps tells me, turn right here. It wanted me to go in the Charles River. So I said, screw you, Google Maps. I'm not going in the Charles River. So I go around again. I said, I must have missed some exit somewhere. No, turn right here into the Charles River. So I text her and I said, it wants me to go on the Charles River. So she goes, okay, meet me here instead. It takes me someplace totally opposite. So she's thinking, old guy can't figure out Google Maps. So she finally finds a place where
you're like this. You got your phone. You're like, God damn it, you son of a bitch! Give me my fucking God. You was like me earlier with my fucking microphones. I was like, punch it. Like, God damn it.
So she finally go to her apartment at 5. Now, she's a biology major and she loves creepy crawlers. She has all kinds of tarantulas and snakes. So she goes, here's my boa, and she hands me the boa. I don't like snakes at all. So this is her testing me to hold the goddamn boa. Probably she can tell I'm nervous about the boa. And she goes, oh, by the way, it can kill you. Like, I didn't know that. Of course I knew that.
Yeah, exactly. It's called a constrictor. Don't let it around your neck.
Right.
Just good advice.
I'm bonding out there. I'm not cool with bugs and snakes and all that. And she's so cool though. She actually has a license for a venomous snake.
Oh God.
She has one of those in her collection. So
she's got a venomous snake.
She's got a venomous snake.
What does she have?
I don't know. Didn't ask. Didn't want to know.
God, no way. Those aren't cuddly. Those are not cuddly.
Not cuddly. So like I said, she's tattooed everywhere, and so she knows this because I had my tattoos covered at school, not because you had to, but just because I thought I should.
Mm-hmm.
She sees part of it sticking out. So she goes, well, let me see. So I showed it to her, and one of them is tribal. She goes, oh, tribal. Like, how cliche.
It was cool in the 90s, all right?
I bombed out with the Google Maps. I bombed out with the snake.
It was cool the year you were born, all right? I'm just going to say it was cool the year you were fucking born.
So we're going to a movie, because she loves movies. We're going to the Brattle Theater, which is an old indie theater, one of the last ones that does rear projection. I'm so proud of myself because two things did not happen in the movie. One, I didn't have to get up to go to the bathroom. That's a big deal. And I didn't fall asleep. I'm thinking,
my man.
Oh my God.
My man.
So I figure I do that. It's a movie I saw when it came out, when I was a kid. But I don't care. So I don't fall asleep. I don't have to go to the bathroom. So I think we're doing great things. So go, okay, let's go.
You Barry win at life at this point. You win at life. An entire movie, not to pee, and not fall asleep.
And the Red Bull probably run out by that. So after the movie, she wants to get a drink. I don't drink anymore. Haven't for years. So I become allergic to alcohol. If I have one beer, I'm immediately drunk, immediately hungover. So there you go.
There you go.
Can do it.
So
we go to this place. Like I said, she is the drop dead gorgeous.
Yeah.
So everyone in the bar knows her, and I guess she's trouble because there are fights over her. So all the bartenders are female. She knows every bartender. She knows every guy. She knows every girl.
Right.
All the guys are coming up to her. Hi, how you doing? All the girls like.
No. Yeah. It's not good.
So I get her a drink, and I drink club soda and lime. So once again, oh, by the way, I forgot to say, when we go to her apartment before she gets a steak, I mean, I know she smoked a lot. She smoked a lot of pot. She got high before the movie, and I also know she does a lot of mushrooms.
Oh.
She's 24. She does a lot of drugs. Been there, done that. Don't do it anymore.
Right.
So I flunked the Google Maps. I flunked the snake holding contest. I flunked the tattoos. I flunked the not drinking and not doing drugs. So I'm sure somewhere in her mind says, well, what are we going to do in a relationship? He doesn't drink, doesn't do all that. So
why does it have to be a relationship, Barry? It doesn't have to be a relationship.
Well, she asked me out. I mean, she obviously had something.
But it doesn't have to be a relationship.
She obviously thought so. So on the way home.
You don't have to be Mr. Right. Mr. Right now works.
I agree with you. I was so flattered she asked me out. I'm trying to, I act like when she asked me, like she asked me to meet her in her classroom when there was nobody there. He closed the door and she goes, what do you think about it if I asked you out? I go, okay. I was trying to act like, oh boy, what I didn't want to be that guy. Oh yeah.
Woohoo! Yeah, exactly. I got a chance at this, bitch. Got a chance at this, bitch.
So the walk back home, she goes, I decided to know that I don't want a romantic relationship. But once again, I didn't know I was auditioning.
Yeah, you're always an audition. Well, no, you can't even be auditioning at this point. She's 25.
No, she's 24.
24, which is my favorite number. That was my high school number, by the way. I would have taken that as an omen. I'm gonna bang her.
She took the biology teaching gig as a bet, someone better than she couldn't do it. So she did it. She's now off. She's now on a cross country camping trip for the summer, and then next fall she's getting her PhD. So it wasn't going to be long term anyway because she's out the door. So that's
right.
How the date ends. We're not going to have romantic relationship. Okay.
All right.
I want to do my best Dan Aykroyd doing Tom Snyder, which he wouldn't know.
Well, okay. That sounds good.
No idea.
Yeah.
No idea who either Dan Aykroyd or Tom Snyder.
If you're young, y'all won't get that reference at fucking all. So look up Saturday Night Live, 1970, what, 9?
I started off the cool guy that makes movies that does this, and then I ended up the 65-year-old guy that can't do Google Maps, can't hold a snake, has crappy tattoos, and what else did I do wrong? And doesn't drink.
And doesn't drink. Yeah. You should have said things like, God, it's chilly outside. Maybe you should put on a sweater. Or, God, what would your grandma think of you? I don't know.
She looked unbelievable. She showed up knowing I'm the best looking girl that you're going to see tonight. Probably.
Yeah. Oh, well, that's all right. That works too.
So the only thing I have is, well, she did ask me out. At one point, I was alluring enough for that. So you got to take the moral victory when you can.
There might be a generational gap between that just doesn't work out. You know, it might be that thing.
Well, like I said, the first time we ever talked was about film because she loves film, and like I said, I'm the only person in the entire world that has my background in film. No one else is an award-winning filmmaker, founded a top-notch film festival, has a master's and PhD in film studies, and own a movie theater. All
right, Barry, man, I can talk to you for fucking 4 days. We're an hour and 12 minutes in, so we just got to wrap it up, and I gotta. We'll just have to do this again soon.
I'll have more shit. I'll do something.
I'm so glad that you reached out to me and just like out of the blue, and I was like, fucking Barry Norman just fucking got a hold of me. I'm like fucking thrilled. I'm like, I'm at work and my phone goes bing. I'm like, oh, hey, awesome. But yeah, it's very flattering. I'll put it that way. It's very flattering that you reached back out to me, and I'm completely humbled. I feel humbled. I thank you so much again.
Listen to the show afterwards and say, what was I complimenting that guy for? There's one part where I was writing and he doesn't say anything, so there's dead air.
That was my fault. That was me. That wasn't you. That was me. That was like, oh, Steve, what's his name again? Yeah. Yeah. Pardon me while this just goes without any kind of entertainment. But yeah, no, that's awesome. It's fucking awesome. And again, for the second time, you're just fucking fantastic. And I can't wait to have you back on again. So fun. So fucking fun. So everybody, you got the platform again. Tell everybody about your book. Tell everybody about your movies. Tell everybody where they can find you. If you got a Patreon, let them give you some fucking money. You're on. Woohoo!
You are awesome, my friend. Thank you so much for having me on.
I make it up as I go. I'm not that fucking awesome. I'm better than those douchebags that you talked to last time, but I'm not that fucking great.
You are better than the douchebags. You are You are definitely better than those two douchebags.
Those 2 douchebags. Shout out them too, so nobody listens to them.
All right. Well, I can't send them slings. What did you call us?
2 douchebags from New Hampshire. I don't know what that is. Either way, I'm better than them. I'm better than fucking them. So
you're better than 2 guys on public access TV in Revere, Massachusetts. Absolutely.
You take the victories where you can get them, folks.
Take the laps whenever you can.
All right, all you, brother. You got the stage.
All right. Well, my new book, which is coming out in a few weeks, is called We Blew It, about how America had fun losing everything. And like I said, that should be up on Amazon.com or my own website, BarryRNorman.com. Screwjob hopefully is going to be coming to a festival, a Shakespeare festival, or off Broadway, or a high school theater production near you. Kelsey Kitties is my next book about insomnia. I have no idea what I'm going to do after that, but I'll think of something.
You'll think of something. And every time you think of something, absolutely get a hold of me again. And absolutely, I will have you on. Even if you just have a funny story that you want to tell. Absolutely. Thank you so much. Barry Norman, everybody, we've been talking to Barry Norman. He's a screenwriter. He makes movies. He's an author. He's got some movies. He's got some books. The guy's awesome. So look up Barry Norman. He's fantastic. And what's your social media platform that they can find you at?
Social media. I'm too old for Instagram, so Facebook is the easiest place to find me. Under Barry R. Norman, you'll see my avatar is the book that I talked about on your show last time, Ambient Sanity. So it has the manga type artwork.
Right.
His head, so it's very colorful. So when you see, there's a lot of Barry R. Normans out there, unfortunately, but that's the one with the cool artwork from a book cover as my avatar. That's
all right.
The easiest place to follow me on social.
Awesome. All right. And hang out for just a minute after I close this up, and we'll talk for just a couple minutes after that. And everybody, if you like a show, if you like a podcaster, if you like somebody on YouTube, give them $1 an episode. It's not going to cost you that much. You can find My Worst Holiday on every fucking platform that's out there. Just give it a listen. Leave a review. Please, please, please. It helps us out so much. You'll never even know. The device is in your hand. All you have to do is just look it up and review it and like it. Easy enough. And from a room next to my bathroom in my basement, this has been My Worst Holiday. Good night, everybody.